Morning, y'all. Rick, Fearless, Joker's Dallas, Joker's Ice House, Punchwally Garage, and Fearless Services. Good morning. You doing okay? I hope you are. Today is, Friday, December 29th, 2023, year of our Lord. In today's show, we are going to cover John Lennon, Tommy Smothers, Marcia Brady, For the Love of Pete. Let's get started. In my life, the 365 Project, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine, goes back to 1967. So, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Tommy Smothers died a couple of days ago. Tommy Smothers was part of a comedy act called the Smothers Brothers, Tommy and Dick Smothers. They got basically they wanted to be folk singers and they wound up being comedians. They had music in their act too, but they were huge in their day. They got their first show, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, in 1967. So the deal was, back then, the world was unsettled. There was the Vietnam War, and everything was heavily censored. Well, Tommy didn't want to be censored. So in his show, he talked about, let's see, I wrote it down here. He talked about his opposition of the Vietnam War. He talked about politics and religion. He talked about recreational drug use. He talked about sex. He talked about civil rights. All things that they didn't want you to talk about back then. But he did. And they had the most popular show in the country for a couple of years. And then they got canceled because they couldn't get along with the censors. You remember the song, All We Are Saying Is Give Peace a Chance? All we are saying is give... You remember that song? John Lennon. So John Lennon is singing it in what they call a bed-in. So he's in a bed with his wife Yoko, in their pajamas, with a room full of people singing that song. Well, right beside John Lennon, John and Yoko were in bed, but right beside John Lennon, in a chair playing an acoustic guitar, was Tommy Smothers. And he even mentions Tommy Smothers in the song. Google it. So Tommy Smothers was a big deal. Him and his brother Dick. Dick's still alive. Tommy died of lung cancer. He was 86 years old. His deal was, he would tell his older brother Dick, his younger brother Dick, Mom always liked you best. Remember that? Pretty sad. Pretty sad when the people that you grew up watching and you liked them and you enjoyed them and you thought they were cool. It's sad when they die. Let's check the Chuck. Check that Chuck, you big old... Woo! Hey, I remember you. Looky here. I haven't seen these shoes in years. Now, these shoes are well worn. So these are black shoes with white stars, black and white logo, white toe, white sole, double black racing stripe, brand new white shoestrings, one eye down, double knotted for safety. So I've had these shoes, I'm going to say 15, 20 years, and I'd forgot about them because they were buried in my closet. But I used to love these shoes, and I'm going to put them back in circulation. These are, say it with me now, these are some handsome Chucks. You know it's true. You know it's true. So, a dad joke. What does the gingerbread man put on his bed? A cookie sheet. Slang. This is kind of southern slang. For the love of Pete. Do you remember that? Do you ever say that? For the love of Pete. Who's Pete? Who's Pete? Do you keep track when I go through there at the start of the show, John Lennon, Tommy Smothers, Marcia Brady, For the Love of Pete? Do you keep track and kind of check them off as I say them? Maybe you should. Get off the couch, motivational minute. No family is perfect. All families argue and fight and stop talking to each other for a while. That's okay. But in the end, family is family. And the love will always be there. Well, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Your family should love you, and you should love your family. It don't always work out like that, but it should. It's okay to turn the other cheek, whatever that means. Check in with your family, wouldn't hurt you. Probably do you some good. So I met a loyal listener, 2 loyal listeners. Kent and his wife from Kansas came in yesterday. They're on their way to Georgetown for the new year. And they stopped in, and I got to meet them and shake their hands and talk to them for a few minutes. Beautiful couple. Said they watch the show every morning while they're eating breakfast. And it's cool because I like to hear people's story. I like to know about you and you know, how long you've been listening to the show. Excuse me. Scooter. How long you've been listening to the show and what do you like about the show and things like that. So it was my pleasure to meet Kit and his wife. I appreciate y'all coming by to see me and buying some merch. Strokers Dallas merch, MERCH.com. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a retail operation. We sell merchandise. That's how I make the money. Wouldn't kill you to buy something. Today is Friday, so it's bike night with Maverick Harley Davidson and Longhorn Harley Davidson. Probably pretty chilly to get out on your bike, but you can bring a car over. We've got live music tonight. And if you've never been here, it should be on your bucket list. It is that good of a place. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this. So, Maureen McCormick, better known as Marcia Brady, did you know that she made 2 appearances on Bewitched before she was Marcia Brady? Before she starred in the Brady Bunch, she played a kid in 2 different roles on Bewitched. And that, boys and girls, is the rest of the story. So what did you think about Tommy Smothers? Do you remember Tommy and Dick Smothers? How funny they were? And they were good on the guitar, good singers. And I think they probably could have been folk singers. I don't know. But they just had a comedic act that worked real well. They just got, Tommy just got caught up with the war and the different things that were going on. And back then it was a different world. You couldn't just come out and say what you wanted to say. Nobody could. And you especially couldn't on TV. Alright, anyway, that's today's show. Rick Fearless, Strokers Dallas, for the love of Pete, will you come see me? Love you, bye.